Welcome to School Page Key Concepts.
Finding roots of a quadratic equation by completing the square explained. In this video, we are going to learn to find roots of the quadratic equation. The method we will use is completing the square. Let us first understand what is a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. A, b and c are going to be numbers. X is going to be the variable. In a quadratic equation, the variable is always squared and the highest degree is always 2. Let us now use the method of completing the square to find the roots of the quadratic equation. Let us write the quadratic equation as 2x square plus 6x equal to 3. Now we look at the coefficient of x square. The coefficient of x square is 2, but we need the coefficient of x square to be 1. So we divide the equation throughout by 2. We get x square plus 3x is equal to 3 by 2. Now we look at the left hand side of the equation. To the left hand side of the equation we have to add a term so that this side becomes a perfect square. To find what term to add, let us look at the coefficient of x. We take half the coefficient of x, so 3 by 2. We square it. This is the term that needs to be added to the left hand side of the equation. So we add 3 by 2 the whole square to the left hand side of the equation. We add the same term to the right hand side of the equation because the equation has to be balanced. Now let us check and see if we have made the left hand side of the equation a perfect square. To do this, we have to use the algebraic identity. A plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Let us take our a as equal to x and b as equal to 3 by 2. So we will have x plus 3 by 2 the whole square is equal to x square plus 2 into x into 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 the whole square. So x plus 3 by 2 the whole square is equal to x square plus 3x plus 3 by 2 the whole square, which is the left hand side of our equation. So we can write the left side as x plus 3 by 2 the whole square is equal to 3 by 2 plus 9 by 4. We take the LCM to the right side. So we have 4 as the LCM of 2 and 4. And then in the numerator we have 6 plus 9. So we have 6 plus 9 divided by 4. Now x plus 3 by 2 the whole square is equal to 15 by 4. Let us take the square root. We have x plus 3 by 2 is equal to plus or minus square root of 15 by 2. Now that means we have x plus 3 by 2 is equal to plus root 15 by 2 or x plus 3 by 2 equal to minus root 15 by 2. Solving this further, we have x is equal to root 15 minus 3 by 2 or x is equal to minus root 15 minus 3 by 2. So the roots of the quadratic equation are root 15 minus 3 by 2 and minus root 15 minus 3 by 2. Let us now take a real life example where a carpenter has a plywood in the shape of a right angled triangle. One side of the plywood is longer than the other side by 1 feet. The longest side of the triangle is 5 feet. We have to find the length of the sides of the plywood. Now let us first assume one side of the right angle triangle to be equal to x. Then the other side of the right angle triangle will be x plus 1 because one side is longer than the other side by 1 feet. We also know that the longest side of the triangle is 5 feet and that it is a right angled triangle. Now because we know that it's a right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem, which states that in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So x square plus x plus 1 the whole square equal to 5 square. So x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 25. That means 2x square plus 2x equal to 24. So x square plus x is equal to 12, dividing the equation throughout by 2. Now let us solve this quadratic equation by completing the square. So our aim is to make the left side of the equation a perfect square. For that we have to add a term. The term is got by looking at the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is 1. So we have to take half the coefficient of x and square it. This term 1 by 2 the whole square has to be added on both the sides of the equation. Now our left hand side is x plus 1 by 2 the whole square equal to 12 plus 1 by 4. Now taking LCM on the right side of the equation, we get x plus 1 by 2 the whole square equal to 49 by 4. That also means that x plus 1 by 2 is equal to plus or minus 7 by 2, which means x plus half equal to 7 by 2 or x plus half equal to minus 7 by 2, which means x is equal to 6 by 2 and x is equal to minus 8 by 2. So x is equal to 3 or x is equal to minus 4. Now we neglect this x is equal to minus 4 root because we know that the length of the sides cannot be negative. So we take x is equal to 3. That means one side of the triangle is 3. Then the other side we know will be equal to 3 plus 1, which is 4. So the length of the sides of the plywood are 3 feet, 4 feet and 5 feet.
Thank you for watching. For more videos, visit our website schoolpage.me.